there's no AI to change the slides, unfortunately. But thanks for bringing us back to reality. Great, guys. Before we dive into real estate and the use cases of AI, let me just give you a quick 1.5 minutes of a 2,000-year history of the GDP of the world. Possibly that may just help you build a context. And the bigger, super. So quickly, as I promised, about a minute and a half, a 2,000-year history of GDP of the world, and where does AI fit in, and what are we doing in Whitefield here, before we hit the slides. So from 0 AD to 1700 AD, right, or CE, if you guys have gone to school 25 years after me, which many of you have, the GDP growth rate, the global GDP growth rate was 0.1% per annum, 0.1%, guys. And then 1700s mein steam engine got invented, power loom got invented, right? Spinning genie got invented, textile started getting produced, and the train started taking goods everywhere. GDP growth rate for the world, I'm talking global, right? India is 6 to 7, but the world moves at 3% right now. Went from 0.1% to 0.5%. So by 1820, the GDP growth rate for the world was 0.5% per annum. And then railroads expanded everywhere, telephone got invented. From 0.5%, it went to 1.9% per annum by 1900 AD. And the 1900s, you know what happened, right? Electricity got invented, electricity got distributed, automobile got invented, aeroplane got invented, and the GDP kept on increasing to hit about a 2.8% per annum in 2000. So that's how the world has moved in the last 2000 years. Last 25 years, we know what happened, right? Email, PC, internet, smartphone. And the GDP growth rate has gone to about 3 to 3.2%. This is a global GDP growth rate. India is 6 to 7. Japan, Germany have minus 0.5 to 0.5. That's why the average is 3%. So the big question for us in Whitefield here today, and to people in Shenzhen in China, and to people in the Bay Area in US, is that is AI the invention again this time, which may take GDP from 3% to 5% per annum? That's for everyone of us to sort of wait for, and possibly Cypher 2030, we'll see such things happening, just 5 years down the line, not 50 years. So that's a quick perspective of what happened in the last 2,000 years, how the world has moved, and how inventions, scientific inventions, have actually triggered global growth rate. So guys, I'll take you through 5 sections. Section number 3 and 5 are the meaty ones, where I talk about the use cases of AI in real estate. We are not a product company. We're not selling anything. I'm here to share insights of implementing AI in a particular industry. So I'll start off from the new home sales total addressable market, TAM, right? To give you guys a perspective of what's happening in India in the home sales market. The home buying journey, so that you guys can contextualize that what are we talking about when I start talking about the AI solutions. The Anarock model. Anarock is a company I work for, and I'll talk about that very briefly. Problems that we are solving, obviously. Everyone is trying to solve some problems here with AI and with some startups. The third one is Anarock.AI, the sales and marketing model. Here is where our 12 AI tools, I'll walk you through those tools one by one, and that will be about 7-8 minutes out of my 20 minutes. Proof of the pudding, I've carried actual data for the last 11 months. We have tracked how has the AI resulted in business impact. So I've got quantitative numbers which I'll share with you guys. And finally, for the more academically oriented, I could hear a lot of people talking about hackathons, and so there are some students around who were going to college doing AI ML. So we talk about the Omni-AI ecosystem, because we have built a bunch of predictive AI tools, the ML-driven stuff, and generative AI, and how each one is feeding into the other, resulting into the flywheel finally. So that's the quick 5 sections that we'll go through. I'll jump into the first one, which is explain to you about the market size of new home sales. And all this has to be done in 20 minutes. So all the best organizers, try to get me off the stage after this is done. Cool, quickly, the new homes total addressable market for sales and marketing in India. So in India, we sell about 5 lakh new homes per annum. Quickly, a 30-second brief about real estate. Real estate has 6 asset classes: residential, retail, commercial, land, hospitality, and industrial, data warehouse. Residential accounts for 85% of value under construction today in India. So residential is 85%. Residential itself is broken in 3 parts: new home selling, resale, which is secondary homes, and rental. So I'm talking about new homes, which is one part of the whole real estate ecosystem. But this is what all of you are pretty conversant with. Everyone is trying to buy a new home at some point in time. There are 5 lakh new homes sold in the per annum in the top 10 cities. Top 10 cities is 80% of the market, unfortunately. So that's the TAM. Out of which half of it is sold through brokers. I call them channel partners in this session, CPs, and half is sold directly by the real estate developers to home buyers. To sell the 250,000 homes through CPs, each home valued at 1.1 crore per unit, right, and 2.9% brokerage. There's a 8,000 crore brokerage pool for CPs, $1 billion TAM, guys, for the channel partners there. And to sell the 250,000 homes directly, right, you have to generate leads, conversion of 1%, so you have to generate 2.5 crore leads to get to sell 2.5 lakh homes. There are 4,000 crore which is spent in performance marketing across India in lead gen activities. There's a 5,000 crore spent on brand building, right? So Purvankara, Brigades, Lodhas, DLFs, they invest in brand building. So 5,000 crore spent there. And there are 30,000 salespeople in real estate selling the 5 lakh homes. Each person sells 1.5 homes per month per agent. So 30,000 salespeople, 3,000 team leaders, 500, 600 CXOs. They cost about 2,500 crore. So there is a 20,000 crores being spent in sales and marketing by the real estate developers to sell new homes. And AI is working on the 4,000 crore marketing lead gen spends and the 2,500 crore cost of sales and marketing. And we have seen in Anarock that we are able to impact it by 10 to 15%. So 10 to 15% of these numbers is about 1,000 to 1,500 crore of this sales and marketing spend can be impacted, can be influenced by AI. So that's the TAM for AI in real estate, guys. Right? Moving ahead, the home buying journey. And this, many of you know this. I'll just put it into a fancy chart. The home buyers sort of come to a project either through filling a lead form in Facebook, Google, etc., or by responding to a hoarding. That's the direct sort of home buyers. Many home buyers are sourced by channel partners, by brokers. Right? They come to you and they sort of say, hey, this is a good project. Irrespective of the channel that they come through, so for the direct buyers, the call center calls the leads out, qualifies them, and then passes them on to something called a sourcing sales agent. And then I'll talk about that because that's what is going to get impacted by AI. The sourcing sales agent, sort of 100 leads, only 35 qualify, right? 65 don't qualify. Qualifies, they say, yes, I want to buy a home in the next 6 months with this location, at this location with this budget. So out of 35, the sourcing sales agent start calling these 35 guys and try to bring them onto the site, the project site. The site visit is a physical reality of the real estate world. The homes don't get sold online, whatever people are telling you. Everyone wants to come and see the home, even if it's a patch of land, to see what they're buying. So that's a site visit. And the sourcing sales agent gets the customer to a site visit. Similarly, there's a bunch of CP sourcing sales agent. They are B2B guys. They quote the brokers and encourage them to get their home buyers to the site visit. Once they come to the site visit, there's a bunch of closing sales agents sitting there who convince the buyer to buy this. So the sales process is divided in two parts, the sourcing and closing. Getting the customer to site visit and convincing the customer to buy. I'm going to repeat this chart after 3 slides when I start plotting the AI tools. So there's going to be a quiz on that. So if any one of you has had a heavy lunch, just be prepared. Moving ahead, what does Anarock do? The third and the last slide in the first section. What does Anarock do? So Anarock is a B2B company. We outsource the sales, marketing, and customer experience processes from real estate developers. So we take exclusive partnership mandate for a project. A project could be selling 100 to 1,000 homes for a Purvankara or a DLF or a Lodha. So that's one project. We do 160 such projects in a year, and hence we have done about 950 projects over the last 5-6 years across 250 developers, 13 cities. The volumes that we have handled is that we have nurtured about 7 million, 70 lakh leads at the top of the funnel. Remember, these leads are the highest involvement lead in India. Everyone is going to buy a home from 1 to 10 crore, right? So that's 7 million leads, out of which 1 million or 10 lakh people actually came for a project site visit through us, and we ended up selling 90,000 homes. 90,000 homes, each at 1.1 crore, right? USD 12 billion worth of homes sold. Again, 50% through brokers, 50% directly. So we have got 60,000 brokers who work with us. So it's a pretty intense, scaled up sales and marketing ecosystem that we are working in. And I'm emphasizing this because this is the sort of genesis for building the predictive AI models and generative AI models as we go ahead. So that's the first section. I explained to you what the real estate market in India is and what is the typical process for buying or selling a home and what does Anarock do. Problems that we are solving, one slide. So clearly, there are two types of problems. One that our clients, the real estate developers face, and the other that poor home buyers face. Yeah? So very quickly, the problem of real estate developers, out of 100 leads, only one converts. Right? So, hey, please help me convert 0.25 more. Right? So the efficiency will go up by 25%. That's what 25% productivity increases. Hua nahi. Last 30, 40 years mein hua nahi. It's 100 leads, one convert. And by the way, I have worked in wealth management and in telecom as well. This funnel remains the same everywhere, in insurance, mutual funds, stockbroking. So it's a scary funnel, and that's what you're working on. Second problem is too many leads, too many CPs to sift through, no targeting, fear of missing out the right customer, right partner. On the home buyer side, I think some of you will start crying if I come and hug you, but you guys know the problems. There's lack of information during the process. If you get the information, you've asked for a 2 BHK, someone is calling you 3 BHK chahiye kya? Inadequate level of engagement by salespeople. They don't really know who's hot, who's warm, many of them. Wrong time of connecting, right? When your boss is sort of talking about appraisal, the call comes from ghar apne bola tha kharidne ko. So a bunch of process-related problems for the home buyers. We are trying to solve that. How do we solve that? We solve that by launching what we call the Anarock.AI sales and marketing model, which is the AI first way of selling real estate. And I'll talk about that. There's a lot of marketing fluff in the words, but I'll pair each and every word and get into it. It is a combination of predictive AI and agentic AI solutions to assist sales and marketing team in the entire journey, right? So fortunately, AI aa gaya, so now you can relax a bit and start focusing. Guys, the chart is back, the home buying journey, and quiz time. Some big thing is missing in this chart. Anyone? Fantastic, thanks. So the side visit missing, and thanks for, I just indulged in the post-lunch sort of a nudging. And what does Anarock.AI mean now? Now I'll plot the 10 tools on this home buying journey, and the home buying journey gives you the context. So as I told you, there is a bunch of predictive AI tools called Astra, starting off from Astra Platinum. Astra Platinum is a machine learning model which we created 5 years back, before AI became famous and popular in November 2022. So Astra Platinum rates the leads at the top of the funnel. Yeah? So we have crunched the 7 million leads, giving 90,000 bookings. We have used random forest, XGBoost models. We have created the regression equations between leads and bookings. And now we know the moment you fill a Facebook a lead in the Facebook form, your name, mobile, email, I say 83. Your score is 83. And if you're the top 10% lead, then you become tagged as platinum. The call center knows it's a platinum lead flashing in the CR, and the salesperson knows, and hence they put more focus and close this. So that's the Astra Platinum model, which rates the propensity of a home buyer to buy at the top of the funnel. See, at the top of the funnel, before the customer has been called, we've got the score. Astra Phoenix is throughout the journey, but it works on the junked and failed leads. Out of 100, how many convert? 1. So 99 ko kya hua? Junked and failed finally. So Astra Phoenix is a scavenging model. It goes into those 99 junked and failed lead bucket and again rates them in the descending order of priority. What we do is we pick up the top 8 to 9%, so that we are not silly and we call those 99% again and again, which was happening in the last 50, 60 years. We pick up those 8 to 9% and send it back to the salesperson. Mr. Salesperson, perhaps you didn't pay enough attention to these leads in the first attempt. Try these again. About 3 to 4% of homes sold last year were homes sold through Astra Phoenix in Anarock, which means that 3 to 4% of homes that we sold were sold from leads which the salespersons had worked on first time and they had ignored it. And then Phoenix went and sort of gave it back to them. So our revenue would have been 96 to 97 rupees if we had not done Astra Phoenix. And by the way, our revenue is 800 crore. We sell 40,000 crore of real estate. We get 2% of that, 800 crore. So it's a pretty significant revenue lift that's coming from Astra Phoenix. And now we are like a baby with a toy, right? Give me a funnel with a lot of leads here and a few selected outcomes here, and I'll give you an equation, right? So I've started predicting which is the best salesperson. I'm sure this bell is for the other hall. Yeah. So we predict the best salesperson who will fit into a project. For every project, we are sort of forecasting that. And now I'll move fast now. There is another model which learns from the top 10% salespeople and teaches the remaining 90%, Astra Boost. So that's a set of predictive AI tools. And then, as I promised you, there is a set of generative AI or agentic AI actually. We had created this before the word agentic AI came in, about a year and a half back. So there are AI agents floating around. There is Walk-in Genie, which is our hero sort of product. It's a WhatsApp voice bot and a chat bot. It talks to home buyers and convinces them to come for a project site visit. It's got multiple use cases. I'll show it in the next slide. Walk-in Genie also works on the junked and failed leads, and again works on top of Astra Phoenix. There is a bunch of tools which works with CPs. So the CP ranker ranks CPs in descending order of priority for suitability for a particular project, for Durga Petals or for Brigade Meadows. This is the rank of CPs. Then the CP Genie starts talking to those CPs. It's a B2B Agentic AI agent. And the Genie marketer does remarketing to those CPs. So this is a whole ecosystem for CPs. There's a bunch of B2C agents, which home loan Genie, guys, if they'll match you to the best home loan. Post-sales Genie, after you're booked, it will help you to the next steps. And referral Genie. If you have bought a home, then we'll take a referral from you. So all these are through WhatsApp, that is a chat bot and a voice bot. And finally, there's the ORM Genie, which is online reputation management. So this is a 12-tool AI suite that we have launched. And I'll show you the numbers in the next slide, which shows that this has been really impactful. I'll skip the next slide for speed purpose. But Walk-in Genie has so many use cases. Night Genie, right? 27% of leads come in the night. So Night Genie starts talking to these customers, keep them engaged so they don't go to some other project. And so on and so forth. Junked and failed lead. Engagement Genie. If a customer has left a lead and no salesperson is called in 15 minutes, then Engagement Genie starts talking to them. And of course, Feedback Genie. Once site visit is done, then how was the feedback? I'll skip this value proposition because we help real estate developers sell. Just look at the red font words. We help you sell faster. We help you sell with lesser marketing cost. We ensure that the CP contribution is higher. And finally, your customers get a better customer experience and better brand equity, Mr. Developer. And the mother of all slides is this, because don't believe anything I've been saying, believe data, right? So proof of the pudding is data collected in the last 11 months. The definition of AI sales for us is any booking assisted by either Astra Phoenix or by Walk-in Genie or by CP Genie. Guys, these are, I'm having fun with the logos. Don't, if anyone working Walt Disney, don't sue me. So any booking which is assisted by any of these three divided by the total number of bookings in the project, right? Mathematical, very, so 100 ghar bike hain, usme se X% is Y, Z, X plus Y plus Z upon W is this. And now I'll show you what this number is for the last 10 projects. So this is the magic slide. We have 15 to 40% of all sales in many projects are impacted by one of these three tools. And these are just 3 tools. Baki 9 tools hum log ne last 1 to 4 months mein launch kiya hua hai. So this is the impact, guys, the business impact of AI in real estate. And that's what we had been asked to come in. He's sort of making signals like this. And so I'll pick up one out of the last 4 slides and talk to you, moving ahead. So this is the Omni-AI, where Predictive AI and Agentic AI work together. This is the one. The CP ranker feeds into the CP, it's a B2B agent, feeds into a B2C agent. So this is we have simulated the entire CP management team, guys. So you are reading and learning that the teams can be created by this. We have done that. And this is a true Omni-AI sort of environment, where the Predictive AI's output, B2B agent is looking at it, it's getting the CP is getting a home buyer, the lead is going to CRM, and the Walk-in Genie is talking to that customer and bringing them to the site. Yeah. So that's a flavor of the things we do. Go to our website and check what we are doing. There's a feedback loop from Agentic AI to Predictive AI. The models are getting better. The machine learning models are getting better. And the AI wheel, which is my last slide, is human intelligence feeds into Predictive AI, feeds into Generative AI, feeds into the MarTech desk. And it sort of goes into a virtuous positive feedback loop. Thank you for the attention. I'll not spare my marketing team for doing that. That's a pretty cheap one. And this is the team which does, the 30-year-old gentleman leads the Generative AI team, the 40-year-old gentleman leads the Predictive AI, and the 50-year-old gentleman gets coffee and keeps everyone excited. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Meet me on the sidelines, and I'm happy to talk more about this.